Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Nick, and I am your fourth and final STO for this year for Washington State. Like the last two videos, my video is also a little bit late. I apologize for that. It's been a busy week. Just kind of adjusting to getting back to school, the normality of all that. I still feels like it's summer. It's nice and sunny out, but unfortunately it's not. So I know in the other videos they kind of give 10 things about themselves. I'm going to be a little different, and I'm just kind of going to go with the flow. Whatever pops in my mind, I'll let you know. First big thing I guess you should all know about me is that I love movies. I'm a huge movie fan. I think I watch at least like 10 a week, probably. I have my own website, nicktiffany.com, where I review I review movies. And I've been a credentialed writer now for a few months, so I get to go to movie screenings in advance, and then I get to write my reviews for them. So that's been a lot of fun. That's been going on since like the end of last year. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but I'm happy. I get to do one of the things I like. Let me think. I have a cat. His name is Neo, and he loves everybody except for me. Don't know why. I'm like, how could you hate this? But he does. Got a brother and a sister. My brother Michael, who's a freshman this year, and I'm a senior this year, so I get to drive him around and I get to see him in the hall, so that's interesting, having a sibling there. Then my little sister just started middle school this year. Her name is Caroline, so we're all 3 years apart, so it's been an interesting shift for the both of them. And I'm kind of at the breaking point now. It's like, okay, senior year. Just kind of want to be done. Want to go on to what's next. But there's some cool things. I've got homecoming next weekend in Seattle. And I'm going to shop for a tux today, actually. I'm a huge suit and tie fan. Which also I'm a huge Justin Timberlake fan, so that works. I like to get dressed up. I like to dance, have a good time, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got our fall play this year, You Can't Take It With You, which I'd never heard before, and then I read it, I enjoyed it, and I found out that not only did it win the Pulitzer Prize, but they turned it into a movie, and that movie won the Academy Award in 1938. I want to say it was either 32 or 38, but I'm feeling 38. I apologize for my voice right now. It's a little groggy. Football games these last few weeks, just yelling our hearts out. And then I play an old man in our play. He's the lead. I guess he's an older man, and so I get to work on a lower voice and a little walk. I've decided maybe I'll just get into method acting if my voice never comes back from these football games. But I'm a huge supporter of all our school teams. Speaking of school, I go to Cedar Crest High School, which is in Duval, Washington. Perhaps you've not heard of it, which is more likely the case. We're kind of outside of the Redmond-Woodinville area, and we're a 2A school. Got about 1,000 kids there, so that's been fun. This year at school, I enjoy most of my classes, but physics would probably be my favorite. Conceptual physics, because I have the best teacher ever, graduated from Stanford, and he's the best teacher ever because he loves what he does, and I think that helps so much more. And he will spend an entire class period answering our questions about the universe, about pretty much anything, and we'll go on long tangents about, he'll get off topic, and he'll move on to some other thing. We'll talk about wormholes, all this kind of stuff. It's incredibly fascinating, and it's really, really cool. And I mean, like, after a class, a bunch of my friends, we go to lunch right afterwards, and instead of talking about literally anything else, all we can talk about is physics. And so that's been a lot of fun this year. That's like the reason I get up to go to school, so I can go to physics class. There's the sun. It's kind of coming out a little better now. So right now, it's like my house in the background, but I'm sitting on top of my car because we're out in the sun. It's my baby, my Ford Explorer. Not the best gas mileage, but she gets me where I'm going. So I'm proud of her. And yes, it is a her, I've decided. I don't have a name yet, so if you want to comment with a name or what I should call my car, be my guest, and I'll make sure to pick one that's good. I used to play sports, played basketball and soccer for like 9 years. Stopped when I was in 11th grade because I was still doing acting at the time, and I was still doing all the plays for our school and outside in our community theater, but it just got too jumbled, and so I had to make a choice, and so I chose acting because realistically I like to act, and I think I'm a better actor than I am a basketballer or a soccer player. So that was my little time in the jerseys and whatnot. It was fun though. It was a blast. I still like to go out and kick around the ball, shoot some hoops, lower the net and dunk around. People call me the Blake Griffin of my school, if you will, on that 6-foot hoop. I do what I can, just on a day's work. Trying to think. Okay, I'm a big phone enthusiast too. I love technology, and I've always got to have the new stuff. And it's a burden, but it's also an enjoyable thing because I get a new phone, and then like a month later, something better comes out, and I'm so impatient. And I've actually been using this same phone for 2 years, which is a huge surprise to not only my friends and family, but to me too, because I'm ready to huck this off a bridge and get the new Galaxy Note 3. But unfortunately, I've got to wait another month for that. But then my birthday is in a couple months, on December 2nd, so I'm looking forward to that. Trying to wonder what else you guys would want to know about me. Right now I'm sporting a Minnesota shirt. My best friend lives in Minnesota, and he sent this to me. Spent 8 years of my life living in Houston, Texas. I desperately want to go back there at some point. Love the food, love the people. Got a lot of relatives down there, some great schools. Very different atmosphere from up here in Washington, I'll say that much. But it's a lovely place. I mean, a lot of people harp on it, and for good reasons sometimes, but there's a lot to do there, and there's a lot of great things about Texas. I also love California. If I don't end up going to Texas or somewhere in Washington for college, I want to make it down to California. UCLA, USC Film, Chapman, there's UC San Diego. It's just a beautiful state. Best kind of people there. Sun a lot. I mean, it's nice that we have sun now, but if we had this all the time, I'd be a lot happier. I wouldn't have to wake up and get in my car when it's 30 degrees. Oh, that's rough. That's Washington problems right there. Sorry to make this awkward. I'm trying to think. Just making weird little noises. A favorite movie of mine, I'll just go with that, because I go with what I know. Pulp Fiction would be a favorite movie of mine. If you have not seen it, see it. If you're adverse to action, language, blood, all that kind of stuff, you're probably not going to like it. But it's really, really good. Quentin Tarantino is the director. Guy who just did Django Unchained, which I also really loved. One of my favorite actors, Leonardo DiCaprio, would probably be my number one. He's awesome in everything he does. I mean, I haven't seen a bad performance for him. I think he's awesome. Favorite actress, that's a tougher one. I really like Julie Delpy. She's a French actress in Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. Best romantic trilogy of all time. I love Anne Hathaway. I feel like you can never go wrong with her. But I gotta say, you can also go wrong with Neil Patrick Harris, who's the star of one of my favorite shows, How I Met Your Mother. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check that out. As I look, I'm approaching the 10-minute mark, so I will catch up with you guys in 4 weeks. It's been nice to get to know you. I'm Nick, and I'll see you later.